Well, unfortunately for these peaceful protesters, Joe Biden, the president of the United States, has enacted fascist tactics. Do you remember back in 2020 when Trump sent federal stormtroopers into the streets of Portland to engage these mostly peaceful protesters? We didn't stop hearing about how this was the end of America as we know it. But as we are speaking, look at this. That is tear gas from federal officers under Joe Biden's fascist administration. I mean, I am shocked. Let's look at some of these articles and remind the media and Joe Biden to what standard we're going to be holding him to. And I promise you guys, I'm going to hold Joe Biden to every single standard they held Trump to. This article here from the New York Times, of all people, it's from 2020. The president portrayed the nation's cities as out of control. Look at what's going on. All run by Democrats. All run by very liberal Democrats. All run really by radical left. And I'm going to miss Trump. I loved these quotes. Mr. Trump said this. Then he added, if Biden got in, that would be true for the country. The whole country would go to hell, and we're not going to let it go to hell. Now, Democrats said that the president was the one out of control. Senator Jeff Merkley of Oregon said that he would introduce legislation to limit the role of federal agents in cities like Portland. This isn't just an Oregon crisis, he said. It's an American crisis. And we need to stop Trump before this spreads. But it wasn't just administrations from Oregon. This article from the Washington Examiner, as rioters had attempted to burn down the federal courthouse in Portland, leading President Donald Trump to send in federal enforcement, officers faced much larger and more violent mob than as rioters threw Molotov cocktails at the courthouse. Officers were hit with hammers, fireworks, chunks of concrete, at one point barricading federal officers inside the courthouse while attempting to set it on fire. But of course, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi called the federal officers stormtroopers. Never forget that one. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, who we're going to find out is talking about male appendages. Yeah, I'm talking about the family jewels in the middle of Senate floor. He's talking about male private parts. It's disgusting. He said that federal officers were protecting federal property from a violent mob was so un-American. This is a quote. So in keeping with third world countries and dictatorships, even then candidate, current President Biden weighed in and said that Trump was brutally attacking protesters. You guys, they held Trump to the standard. And as the riots break out in Portland, the mostly peaceful riots, what are we seeing here? The continuation of American dictatorship, fascism. Biden is attacking American citizens.